Hello, this is UnknownVoidCat, and welcome to some Warsim, the realm of Aslona. Last stream, I was playing this game, and I was having a bit of fun, though I was a little distracted while I was playing, considering I was too busy eating like some bananas and peanut butter dew because I was so hungry when I was doing the stream, but I needed to stream because since it had been a time, so I was like, gotta get stream out. And I really want to stream, but I was hungry, so I was snacking. But this time, I actually ate before stream, so luckily I'm not going to be distracted from the gameplay, and I'll actually hopefully get somewhere good this time. Let me load up save game. I spelled that right. No, darn, I actually didn't capitalize it right, I don't think. Unknown Void Cats Empire. Boom. And back we are in the year of 54 in the great unknown VoidCat Empire. Let's begin. So first, got 4,000 gold. Let's start off with a nice exploration of the realm. Back to the western lands. Explore. An abandoned militia watchtower. Just random ruins of the small something. The gift tree. The gift tree is considered by many across the lands to be a gift from the gods. Many believe the gift tree is a work of magic, though some take it to be a more divine gift. Touch the tree. 18 gold, dude! Free gold! Free gold! Another exploration. The Wagon Man's post. Speak to the Wagon Man. How much gold do you have? A reasonable reserve, or the workers are well paid here, so we don't sit on a true mountain. Okay, I see. A fool, but that is no matter to me. A band of 15 peasants, 320 gold each. Fools think I'm gonna pay a bunch of peasants to work for me. They should be working for me for free. The Great Stone of Dinland. Enjoyed peace. I'll ignore the stone. Another one exploration chance lost. Head west. The Holy Order of the Rose Citadel. And Dark Dale. To the Holy Order I go. You approach the Citadel of the Holy Order of Roses as you near the gate of the great paladin of the Holy Order invite you to join them in the council room. You enter the room, your total supply of knights you can hire if you wish. Ask about their history. Ah yes, we were a mighty citadel, one of the most magnificent homes of the great Western Empire. It was left in a ruin once the Empire fell and came more than an afterthought, a little relic of the past. In a generation or so, a group of landless knights took hold of the ruins and made it their home. They slowly rebuilt and worked as an order of mercenaries. In time, they became known across the land, and as their wealth grew, so did the glory of the citadel. They say in time past, it would have been twice as tall and thrice as wide, but for an ordinary order of mercenary knights, it's perhaps the finest place they could have hoped for. View the statue. You approach the statue of the great old paladin. Unknown in name, this statue was here in the ruins when the Holy Order discovered and took over the fort. The statue was restored and stands tall. Time to leave. To Darkdale. You enter Darkdale, a small city tucked into Songwood Forest. It is ruled by a reclusive ruler, King Dark, and has a population of 7,208 people. To the markets. To the brewery. Ask for a drink. Of course, enjoy. Gobbar pulls you a big ale, then winks and says, enjoy. It's not the greatest ale you ever drunk, but it does its job. I must leave. To the book writer. A small house. Read the Tales of Grolock. Tales of Grolock, bar Narmland of Darkdale. I found myself in a part of the woods not off-walked, to find a place of solitary peace to write, away from the bustle of Darkdale and the noise of civilization. I strolled a long path till I found a comfortable-looking tree, stump and sat upon it, the work of some long-gone woodcut, it seemed. There I pulled out my quill, and began to write when a swift thud sound rattled in the bushes beside me. I paused for a moment, confused, when I heard another thud, and saw a thick stone crash to the ground near me. Another soon followed. It soon became apparent someone was throwing stones at me. I called out, "Stop! I mean ye no harm." To which a gruff voice returned, "Aye, but I mean you harm." The voice was not like that of a man. I shouted back, "What are you? A troll? A demon?" And another stone whizzed past me as I ducked behind the stump. "Troll," the voice roared. In my moment of panic I responded, "I am an author." Then the stone throwing stopped and there was a long pause. I stayed silent for a moment when the voice replied sheepishly, "Arthur? What's that? A magician?" Sensing the caution in the troll's voice, I replied, "Yes, a magician, a master of spells." The troll shouted back, "Spells beat stones. I surrender." And then, to my shock, the troll marched away from a nearby bush with his gargantuan green paws open and pointed to the sky. In this moment I sensed that I need to keep the charade up and assume the impression that I was a powerful mage and not a piss-soaked, quivering bookwright. So I stood up and formed my fingers into a shape as though I was holding a ball of air and stood atop the stump I had hid behind. "What is your name, troll?" I say sadly. "Grolock," he replied before bowing. "You know how to bow?" I asked, letting curiosity get the better of me. "Yes, Master Wizard. All the court customs I know, for I was once a king," he replied. My eyes widened. I sat with this troll for many hours and prodded him with question after question. His story was fascinating. A century ago, a kingdom existed on the edge of a great forest. The kingdom was ruled by an ambitious prince who sought more lands. Prince Grollancer Lockley was his name, and his aggressive plan of expansion included the great forest his kingdom laid parallel to. There was a problem, though. The forest was under the protection of a powerful witch who had made grim the fate of any soldier who ventured in. A mighty army was assembled, led by the prince himself, and they marched on the forest, burning down its trees and marching for the witches' huts. The enraged witch lit off all of her magical power to the army. Many died, but the prince picked up a sharp pebble and tossed it at the witch amidst the battle. The witch collapsed, and the battle was over. Then the ground began to shake, and all the prince's surviving men fled. He uttered. The witch's corpse and her dead eyes opened, as her lips uttered one final sentence. "You will be the prince of nothing but these woods you sought to steal." And with that, the prince felt a great pain in his body and collapsed. Upon waking, he found himself in the form of a troll. And thus, the cursed beast Grolock was formed. Here in the woods he still lives, accepting offerings of sharp petals from folk and killing others foolish enough to enter the woods with minds of power and conquest. If you see old Groluk, feign a magical ability, for magic it is his curse and his fear. The end. Interesting story, but it matters not to me, for I must approach Leafburner's guild hall. And there I entered his office. Who are you? E to the L, O to Z. I am the one they called Elok C. Are there any other guilds of the Leafburners? Ye. What do you do here? Smoke the leaf and fill the space between my teeth with food. How is your relationship with the town ruler? Are you guard? Because you got to tell me if you are. I leave and enter the room of hilarity. You find a comedian Rotman telling jokes. What's funnier than seeing a dead goblin? 2 dead goblins! Truly a work of genius. He is truly right about that. An orc walks into the tavern with a parrot on his shoulder. Impressed by such a strange sight, the tavern keeper says, An incredible beast, can he talk? To which parrot says, Squawk! Barely! Why are ghosts bad at telling lies? You can see right through them. What happened to the wizard that met the witch? It was a love at first fright. Time to leave. And I head off to the Champions Market. You approach the Champion Market and see a tough-looking warrior stood on a platform. A crowd is gathered, and below the stalwart gives a speech. Need a new warrior? Defend your wealth manor? Why not this one? He gets to lay a dragon if given the chance. Speak to the champion seller. How much often do you get them in? 1 champion per year. How much money you make? About 20% of sale, reasonable if you ask me. Who are you? Yelek, local business person. How does this work? I find the strongest champions and sell them for a commission. Tell me about the current champion for sale. Aura, the bear firemaster, fine warrior. He's 212 Asgore. I assure you, he's the cream of the crop from Darkdale. I leave. To the Slappa Goblin stall. You approach a stall and hear a voice. Step right up. Step right up. Slap the goblin for only 2 golds per slap. Come on up. Speak to the stall owner. Who are you? Local businessman. What is this stall? Slap. Slap the goblin. Where'd you find a goblin? What am in a game of sudden death? Do you make money with this? Plenty of gold. Is this legal? I don't really care if it's legal or not because it's a goblin, but gotta know. Would I be here if it wasn't? Slap the goblin for 10 gold. He deserves it, truly. Hit him with the quick, sharp slap. Speak to the goblin. He stares at me. To the market inn stalls. You visit a pair of large and extravagant houses at the end of the market. They are being rented by local families. You could buy these properties and become a new landlord. Inquire about the houses. They are occupied by wealthy local noble families. The families pay 1,000 per year and are never late. To the Sleepy stall. Speak to Sleepy. Hey there. What's the cat's name? The cat's name is Joel, but my other cat, Ronald, is staying over the cat tavern in the folk district for now. How much money do you make with this? Fair bit, but it's growing over time too. So pretty soon I'll be able to quit my job working nights at the old trade post. Pay to pet Sleepy. Aw, little kitty cat. Aw, cats are so cute. Cats are the best. To the legitimate goods store. Speak to the owner. Who are you? Calf. With 2 F's. What is this stall? Legitimate business it is. Where'd you find the stuff? Nice try. Not trying to reveal my sources. Is this legal? Everything is legal until they catch you, idiot. How much money do you make with this? Wouldn't you like to know? Tell me about the Lich's Dutch. What to know? It's probably Lich's Dutch. But the fool's gold coin. Well, it's two half-truths. It's a coin and it's bought by fool's gold coin. Two half-truths make a full truth, you know the rules. Potion of immortality. It only works in the future, but when tomorrow comes, it's not the future anymore. The day after it is, so good luck. I leave. To the lands beyond. 5 explorations. 40 desperate looking warriors for no less than 6 gold P. 6 gold to steal. And they're actual warriors, not peasants. Another exploration. A war camp led by Emperor Rox, who plans to invade and capture new lands for the Empire. A seemingly endless horde of 26,688 warriors. Speak to the Emperor. You speak to Emperor Rox. Who are you? I am Emperor Rox, and it shocks me you do not know this. What are you doing here, finding new lands for the Empire? Why are you invading? For Imperial glory, of course. Anything interesting out there? I've seen a few small territories I am interested in annexing. What are your plans for the future? To see the Empire span beyond the reach my precursor left? How well is the Empire doing? We are at the height of power my forefathers could only dream of. I leave. Offer them a place in your land. Ask about their origin empire. We don't discuss Empire Wall and Road. Homesickness is a terrible thing. I leave. More exploration. Peasants. I'll take them for free, but any money, I will not pay you. Instead, I'll give you a free place in my empire. Peasants, how dare you ask for gold as if you are a proper soldier? Back with ye. Leave this land. I end the current year. Nobody is yet to be attacked. I must save my people. What is my report? A few peasants and slaves have died of overexhaustion, but that is no matter. More shall replace them. Bandits failed. A few adventurers dare attack my people, but I will pay them back eventually. Recruit. Hire units. My goblins. My goblin slaves must be hired. 500 of them, in fact. Peasants. There is no peasants to hire. They're already joining me. To the kingdom upgrades. I must build a trade post so that I may trade. To the distant lands. Attack the mine guards. Send all my troops. Send all of my champions. We must take this land down. Send my army forth. How dare these goblins dare try to fight against me? This mine belongs to me. No one else. Gold, gold. Gold indeed. I request tributes. You must pay me all that you have. And no one else. Village has already been looted. To the wagon man. I must set up a trade. You are now trading with the wagon man. West I must go. A small campfire, an outcropping near some trees. To Dinland. I must explore more. Back west. I must explore even more. 13 coins I see. Back to the lands beyond. A building with several pillars known as the Fairy Tavern. What do they have? I loot it down. The gold belongs to only me. A large warrior chant. We are the battle brothers. We are seeking a great battle. I will fight you down. How dare you attack me? My champions will bring me great glory. Go, nug this gold drinker. Bring me back their heads. Small children climb atop some trees and watch intently. A green frog goes across the battlefield. Ex-goblins stop by the fight. Seeing your banner, they shout, "Save slavers come," and throw a volley of sharp pebbles. But they're blown away. How dare those foolish goblins even try to mess with me? They ought to know better. I may have lost some troops, but that is no bother, for I have defeated my enemy. 170 gold in it. A war camp. They're very friendly to see me. 1,000 gnomes. Gnomes join my army. How dare you say no? You're lucky I have already used up my army's forces, or I would have razed your camp to the ground. Recruitment. A nobility post. I must get some knights to join my great cause. To the arena. Nothing currently. To my production. Nothing I can make yet. To the guild. Nothing of great bother. To the military. A militia recruitment sign. And I end the current year and launch no attacks. We are being attacked by the horrible renegades of Dikalar. They destroy my lands. How dare they? They shall pay the price. They shall pay the price for attacking me. But first, I must buy more loyal soldiers. To the goblin slaver, I must buy more goblins. More goblins must join me. Mercenaries, where are they? What mercenaries may I buy? None yet. Out I must go to the foreign lands to explore. I must. You hear someone scream, "I have you," in a struggle that you, and hear a struggle. You notice two burly northerners fight. Watch the fight. He lands a bone-shattering punch, a hard punch, another punch, and with this, Aron Edgars wins. Congratulate. Ask him to be my champion. For a cross-country to a victor, he will do me great work. I shall pay. To the Slaver's Fort. You arrive at the Slaver's Fort. There are many men and slaves here. The fort is guarded by an army of slavers and slave soldiers, and all around you see rich merchants and petty lords bargaining for them. I buy a few to grow my army and have more to take care of the fields, for my peasants are slowly being overexhausted by the great harvest. 487 of them I shall buy. To punishment wall. This be enslaved, taken and chained, and he left to rot until nothing but bones remain. I leave. I go back to the distant lands and explore them once more. A great lich. I leave. Another great lich. I talk to this man. He stares at me. To the other lands. Another barren land. Even more. An army of warrior monks. Join. Will you join me? Our fate is not to follow and be a tool for the ambitions of others. How dare you say these such things? You're lucky my army still must grow more. Or else I would be razing down your lands. We were being attacked by a rock. They were defeated. The arena has once again been upgraded and can hold great tournaments. Oh no. How dare they rise against me? They shall pay their price. All who oppose me must be defeated. Where are they? Old Grohl, my diplomat, tell me more about these horrible revolters. You don't even have enough skill for it, I see. Disappointing. But worry not, I shall buy more soldiers to stamp out this rebellion. More. I must buy more slaves to till the soil for my great kingdom. The unknown VoidCat empire must thrive more, and no matter the cost. The kingdom must thrive. I explore the lands, this time to the eastern grasslands. I must find more to demand tribute of, if my kingdom is to grow more. An eastern trade post. I will trade with them. If it means more money, I shall take it. I attack the black cat inn. I need more money. I am the only true cat in these lands. None other may pretend to be like me. Another trade post. I'll make some trades. And now I shall raise this land down and send all my troops to fight him. What is the battle? I shall sling a great chaos orb into the sky. How dare these horrible smugglers dare defy the unknown VoidCat Emperor? Send the army forward. Destroy them, my army. Destroy the smugglers. Shouts, there's nowhere left to run. He rolls forward and attacks the enemy lines before falling back. The cold becomes only more intense. The cold destroys more. The cold is quite bitter. The skirmish was a success. The smugglers have paid the price. And for that I shall raise down the trade post and take all that I can get. Order the hole to be filled out. What's this buzzing sound? I leave and end the current year. To the slave rebellion, they must be put down. Send all of my troops, they must be fought. Yes, I wish to fight the battle. Sling another chaos orb. A meteor falls down. Meteors fall and destroy the enemy. Hopefully. Series of meteors crash around the battlefield, but miraculously misses all. No, it destroyed my entire army, dude. A meteor actually killed my entire army, really? All your fighters are dead, but 3 champions remain. Do you want them to fight to the end or retreat? Retreat for now. There will be another day. There will be another day. Receive word from a group of bandits that have deserted and formed a new gang. Send a messenger asking them to join me. They are no more. They accept my assimilation request, and now I have 210 bandits joining me. Show me the simple reports. I have earned 29 gold from this year's harvest, and 1 from interest. 21 peasants. The slave rebel army grows, but they shall eventually be destroyed. A horde of undead has risen. But that is no concern. I have other issues to deal with. I buy yet more goblins. And I buy me great a many soldiers. 17 new soldiers for my army. And then I explore the realm. Once again to the eastern grasslands. To the scorpion fighting pits, of which I exit. To the mysterious slaver. You approach a small, unassuming dune of sand. To see a small gazebo, several cages, with the material obscuring what lies beneath them. He offers you to keep it, whoever is in that cage. Each cage 50 gold. Speak to the man. He greets you. Ask about himself. I used to work at the artifact merchant, but saw an opportunity here instead. I open cage 3. I have no money to open cage. Pay me tributes. Thank you. Your money will be greatly appreciated for my cause. I leave. To the lands beyond I must go once more. Small patch of dirt. I look inside. There's a hive of horrible monsters. I must run, for my army needs to live another day. Abandoned pit. I leave. A rotting corpse of a weak cat, truly sad. Leave the tomb. Go inside the pits. I will bet on a fight. I will bet on Uba the Pure-Hearted. I will bet my 3 gold coins. How dare you, Uba? How dare you fail me? Pathetic. I bet all my money on you and you failed. You deserve a horrible fate. I end the current year once more. The Urrak has launched another assault against me. They will be defeated. How dare they attack me? I must see my civil report. I list 39 peasants. How dare the Yurik the oppressor, how dare he steal my tribute of 53 gold. I buy yet more goblins. I will buy 85 of them. And then I will go and check out my throne room. It's been neglected for quite some time, so now I must check it out. You find a man who claims to be a mysterious silk weaver. He looks into a big sack and pulls out what he calls a magic cloak. You can't see anything, assures you the cloak is real. To the dungeons with you! How dare you scheme against me? How dare you try to mess with me? You are visited by a stick collector who enters a room flustered with 6 boys' boots. He says, "There's no good little message. They have been eating my food and wasting time on my farm for far too long. They're old enough to fight. Now send them off to war. Turn them into men. Take them from me. A gold ahead. I want them gone. Pay. I shall pay 6 gold. They will join my army." A truculent merchant enters my courts. "Give me all the money you shall have. It shall work me great. It shall work for me greatly." A knight claims he's here to pay respects to me. I thank him. An apprentice claims one of my soldiers stole his chamber pot. I don't know for what he's stealing, my lord UnknownVoidCat, but I need a chamber pot. Where else would I, be? Refuse his request. You think I'll pay you gold? Deal with it yourself. Buy another for yourself. He currently has 3,000 gold. Give me all the gold you may have. Your gold will suit me well. 10 magical fruit, I shall buy it. It shall serve my army a many. A northern bard claims his soldiers have called him an orc lover and claims that such an old insult is due respect. Are you sure you are not one? It matters not, for you are a bard, and all bards deserve to go to dungeons for wasting my time. I've been taxed for a living in a hovel, but alas I dwell in a sticky hole in the ground, solely to avoid the hovel tax. Help me. I am feeling generous today. I shall pay you 2 gold. For I am feeling generous. A small goblin produces a small, poor written sign that says, "Gold coin," and holds out his hand. Have him taken to the goblin slaver. That is where you belong. A young boy asks for a single coin. Give him nothing. How dare you ask for handouts? An armed man wishes to fight, but he must pay off a debt of 11 coins before he can enlist. You are greatly honorable, asking to join my army even in debt. I shall pay it off for you. Farmer wishes to complain. You ally yourself with bandits. How dare you oppose my actions? To the dungeon with you. I will ally with whoever I must. A small goblin grins. To the slaver with you. This is where you belong. A particularly short stick collector wishes to join my army as his prized chicken was killed by a horrible rebel. Join me, we shall punish them together. You're visited by an angry beggar who claims one of your soldiers travels flowers. To the dungeon with you. How dare you go against my soldiers as a mere beggar? Guard brings forward a man accused of breaking into a house. Execute this man. How dare you do crime in my kingdom? You're visited by a foreign beggar who enters the throne and says he's been sent by a village elder saying bring all 4 boys age for the village to have them put in the army. Says the elder expects some sort of finder's fee. I will pay no money, but they shall join the army nonetheless. I see a traveling bard. To the dungeon with you. How dare you waste my time? Old man asks if I could spare him a coin. His dog is starving. Dogs are cute. I shall give you 2 coins. A gambler claims one of my soldiers punched him right in my snout. Hurts. How dare you oppose my soldiers? You ought to know better. You are visited by an armed woman who says her parents forbade her from joining the army, but they're dead now, so she seeks to fulfill her destiny. All the merry to join my army. All will be welcomed. Our man wishes to fight for me. He wants to make rights in the wrong of his life. Good job. You will do great and many things if you join my army. You're visited by a young boy. Give me a coin, please, cat leader. Nothing. How dare you ask for free handouts for no reason. A butcher wishes to join the army as his wife has nagged him to death and needs a break. All are married to join my great army. A guard brings forward a man who's accused of murdering peasants. Ask him to explain himself. The guards, they've gotten it out for me. Guards would have you to say, someone is guilty or not, hang them. Execute this bandit. No, to the dungeon. Execute this bandit. How dare you attack my great workers, the peasants. You are visited by a peasant who enters my throne room but gets stuck at the door. A befouled herbalist claims he's been taxed on livestock, but all his chickens were stolen for the livestock was due. Matters not. You still owe me a tax. Nonetheless, you're visited by a traveling bard to the dungeons with you. All bards are but a waste of my time. You were visited by a farmer who says, my neighbor's got a bigger plot than me. His house is bigger, his wife more homely. His grass is greener, he's a show-off. Grant me some of his lands. You will be allowed to take his lands. Fairness must be done. You are visited by a gambler who says the soldiers have threatened to burn his village down. How dare you oppose my villagers, my soldiers. If you wish to have rights, you must join with me. You are visited by a drunk scholar who enters the throne room and says he had been put in charge of an orphanage. He thinks 2 of his boys are ready to be taken to the army. He says they are fit and ready for a fight. I will pay, but they must join me. A goblin appears. Flip a coin. He has 9 gold. To the dungeons with you, where all you goblins belong. You're visited by a famous silk weaver. To the dungeons with you. How dare you try to scheme me. You are visited by a farmer. A local boy has been causing troubles. I'm an apple seller, but he grabs my apples from my trees, wild trees, and sells them. He is but an entrepreneur. You said wild, not your trees. They are wild trees. He is allowed to sell them. You are visited by an armed man. He wishes to fight for me. I will allow it. A guard brings forward a man accused of cannibalism. Ask him to explain himself. My only crime was being caught. Execute this man. How dare you cannibalize my loyal citizens. You are visited by a man who asks if you could spare a few coins. His dog is starving and there's no game. For a dog, I shall give you money. A traveling game master visits my courts. He says the game's 20 per play and the prize is double your coins. He plays by northern rules. How do I play? Player gets to choose the first roll. The player chosen to go first rolls a 3 dice. Whichever dice lands on 6 are removed from play. In each turn, the active player must get at least 6 to remain in the game. A player who does not get a 6 loses. If a player clears all dice on his turn, he wins. I shall play. The game's currently in round 1. There are 3 dice remaining. It is my turn. I roll the dice. I roll 1 6, a 4 5 6. The dice master rolls. He fouls. I earn my money. I shall hire you. Somebody with such fun games must join me. You shall be my champion. Send in the next visitor. A bald laborer. How dare you ask for money? An armed man wishes to join me. You shall be allowed. Another wishes to join me. You also shall be allowed. A goblin approaches me. To the slavery you go. This is where you belong. How dare a mere goblin enter my courts? He claims a soldier stolen a gold coin from him. How dare you? You should have given it for free. Soldiers can do what they wish for free. If you wish to not have such a thing happen to you, you must join me as well. Refuse to play. Our man, he wishes to join for 25 gold. Nonsense! How dare you try to scam me to the dungeons with you? Farmhand, I shall take your great gift of 25 gold. A traveling jester, here's a joke. What's a goblin's favorite date activity? Blading hide and seek in a dark and spooky forest. That joke was terrible. To the dungeons with you. Young boy asks for soon gold. How dare you beg for mere money? Do not waste my time. You visit by a farmer who needs a dispute handled. His neighbor broke his gate and won't pay for a new one. He must pay. How dare he breaks your gate and not pay for it? She wants to take up arms like her brothers. All may join me. No, thank you. Allow him to enlist. Another starving dog. You shall be given 20 gold. Now I must visit my kingdom once more and look at all of my buildings. A goblin ditch trap must be made. More goblins must be captured. For that is their fate. I explore the eastern lands once again, and in it I find an old sandstone ruin, of which I enter. I see a strange looking man with a hat, a beard, and eyebrows. He's the all-knowing. I leave. There is nothing, so I must leave once again. And I go to the lands beyond. I must explore. And I must explore again. There is nothing but barren lands, it seems. This pit, it must be destroyed. Salvage the battle food for all value. 300 gold coins, 80 gold coins, and 1 gold coin as well. There's a hut. Order it to be destroyed. I will not enter such a cursed looking hut on a hill. Now I must hire more. What goblins are there? 4 goblins. Goblin slaver, give me your finest 4 goblins. And then I hire there is no slaves in the slaver's fort, so never mind. I shall save my money and end the current year. The owner of the arena has upgraded to a grand arena. There's now a 16-man tournament. Give me the reports. 16 peasants have entered my lands, and a small group of local demon hunters have pledged to join me. 2 peasants have perished. Local public opinion has dropped, but the owner of the arena has upgraded his land. More strength when launching an attack. For this year only, I can launch a total evasion. But this will be the end of the stream. If you like the stream, maybe check out some of my streams on other days. I usually stream around 3 AM EST. Also, I got a YouTube channel, UnknownVoidCat, and UnknownVoidCat VODs, where I post the VODs for my Twitch streams. But anyways, thanks for watching, and bye.